We have to seek the eternal. We have to seek the eternal, and the transitory is to be used in moderation, in its own limitation, and in its full understanding. Today's problems of ecology, this, that, all these things come from human error, and the human error is because they have not found out the eternal. When you find out the eternal, then you become a balanced personality. Absolutely a balanced personality. And the balance comes from divine wisdom. All the problems today are because human beings are not at that level of self-knowledge. Because human beings are still relatively living. One person thinks this is good, another thinks this is good. And that's how we exploit each other. We exploit the nature. We create problems and everything repels on us because transitory things, as you know, are transitory because they have inbuilt quality to get destroyed. They get destroyed, and gradually we learn from them how to destroy. But human beings are the epitome of evolution. God has created human beings as the highest creation. Maybe we have been given freedom, a complete freedom to choose. If we want to go to heaven, we can go. If we want to go to hell, we can go. So this freedom we have been acting on, we can say as trial and error, error and trial. And ultimately, a stage has to reach where we start thinking, what mistake did we commit? Where did we go wrong? And there we have to realize that the eternal we have not sought. We see this miracle, say, of flowers. We see the flowers, how beautiful they are, created by nature. We can't create even one of them. Spontaneously, they appear according to the different categories they belong. The choice, such a big choice. All this and many other such living things are done by this divine power. But we take it for granted. We just take it for granted. And the greatest thing that has happened is that today human beings are brought to this level that now they have become divine computers. They can become divine computers. It's a very beautiful thing that is ahead of us. Only thing we should know that we have to grow into that new awareness. This is called as the one that we call knowledge. Knowledge is not mental knowledge. By reading, you do not become. Kabira once said that by reading too much, the great learned people have become stupid. First I used to think, how can that be? Padi pandita murakha bhai. I used to think by reading, how can people become stupid? The thing is, when you read, all others are in your head, but you are not there. And this is, I find today, that we think by reading will become the knowledge. Knowledge will be, but that's not an absolute knowledge. That's not. That is a relative knowledge. To get to the absolute knowledge, you have to become something. You have to become the Spirit. And once you become the Spirit, this knowledge is just manifested. It can be manifested even in a little child, and a child can know It's a subjective knowledge, we can say, but absolute. It is not arbitrary, it's collective. You put 10 children who are realized and ask them, what's wrong with this person? Immediately they'll raise the same finger. This is the thing. Now ask that person, something wrong with your throat? Are you suffering from some trouble? He'll say, yes, how do you know? These children are telling me. So only the decoding is needed afterwards. That what's wrong with you? What finger is burning? What is the problem? And what does it relate to? You have to just know how to correct it. And once you know the art of correcting it, you can correct and you can perfect it. It's very easy to master this art. Of course, you must know you can't pay for anything like this. How much did we pay to the Mother Earth when she sprouted the seeds? If it's a living process, you don't pay for anything. Living process do not understand money. How can you pay for these flowers when you have to pay to the Mother Earth? Of course, you can pay to the florist. That's a different point. But to the Mother Earth, you cannot pay. She does all the job without any payment. In the same way, this is a living process, and you must know that you cannot pay for it. Anybody who says that I'm doing God's work, I'm doing this work for emancipation of your soul and all that, and takes money, tell him that he should redeem his own soul first. You cannot pay for it. You cannot put in effort also, because it is a spontaneous thing. Sahaja means saha, with, ja, born, with you, is the right of this union with the divine, is the yoga. For this you cannot pay, nor can you command, nor can you demand. You cannot ask. It just works. So it's so simple. Now some people say, Mother, how can it be so simple? Anything that is vital, isn't it simple? As soon as we are born, we know how to breathe. Who teaches us how to breathe? Automatically, we start breathing. Anything that is important has to be simple, cannot be complicated.